Hi there, welcome to the Call to Cinema. This is a impromptu Call to Cinema film review because I was actually going to bed to go to sleep tonight, and then I received this in the mail today. And this is 13 Fanboy. It is written and directed by Deborah Voorhees, and I want to make sure I get the name correct. And Joel Paul Rizig also helped produce and write this as well. This is a movie about about the actual actors. So Deborah Voorhees plays plays herself. She is a grandmother. She has been, she was in Friday 13th Part 5, but she's getting these mail and these calls from a fan. At first, these seemed kind of harmless, and the increased in the intensity until, unfortunately, it leads to, at the beginning of the film, so this is not a spoiler, to her demise. Now, with her granddaughter, unfortunately, watching, we get to see that. We get to see her granddaughter as she's grown up, because the film hits to 10 years later, and somebody is still fanboying out and killing off the actors from the various Friday 13th films. And by the way, the killer's mask in this, it's really, really good. And the killer in this, the one that's the voice, and it's really, really good. The most of the movie we're following Dee Wallace, and we follow the fictional granddaughter of Deborah Voorhees by the name of Kelsey Voorhees. I got my cheat sheet here for the names, who is played by Haley Greenbauer, and she is freaking fantastic in this movie. She is great. I'm not quite sure if she has stunt training or she is an actual martial artist, but the kind of reference like cage fighting, kind of like an MMA type training, and she does do some really good fighting. There's some really great stunts in this, by the way. So we got like C.J. Graham in this movie. We got Kane Hodder in this film, and the stunt work really shows out because there's a couple excellent fights in this film, and they are so well shot. Deborah Voorhees has a second career in this, 100%. Now, this is the latest she's directed. She's directed shorts before this, and she directed in 2014 Billy Shakespeare. I don't think I've seen that, but I'm definitely gonna search it out. So, how big of a Friday 13th fan is this? Well, in this film, you get Corey Feldman. He's one of the only characters that's not playing his Friday 13th counterpart. In fact, he's playing a comedic role, and one of the many red herrings in this film, called Mike Merriman. But we do get in this one Kane Hodder, C.J. Graham. So we have two Jasons here. We get Judy Aronson, who was one of my big crushes when I was a kid, actually. Ron Sloan, who is almost unrecognizable because he played Junior in Friday 13th Part 5, which is one of my favorite Fridays. And he was so good in that as Junior, and he is so very, very good in this as well. Lar Park Lincoln is in this one. We get Tracy Savage in here. We even get Jennifer Banco, who played the young Tina. So in Friday 13th Part 7, when Tina goes out on the boat because her dad is is hitting her mom, she's in here as well. Deborah Voorhees, Vincent de Cianti, and he's the guy that did Never Hike Alone. So if you've never checked that out, it's a really good fan film. But everybody in this movie is utterly fantastic. This was done right. Everything about this movie was done right. If you'd ever seen a Friday the 13th film or one of these slasher films and you wrote them off, you said all these, they're just acting in a slasher film, they're not, it's not real actors because they're real acting because it's a slasher film. It's, it's just a Friday 13th film. It's just something. A lot of people went on from the Friday 13th films to become like uber famous. Kevin Bacon, people like that, Crispin Glover. And these show here that they can do really good jobs. Ron Sloan is a damn good actor in this movie. The lead, Haley Greenbauer, is incredible. Judy Aronson is fantastic in this movie. I wish I'd seen these people in more stuff. C.J. Graham, who, of course, and Kane Hodder, who normally do like a lot of stunt work. Kane. We've seen Kane like getting some acting chops, and it pays off here too. CJ gets the big fight, and Kane gets the kind of the chops when it comes to a very emotional scene, and it's really really well done. This movie surprised me on so many levels. I expected this to be okay. I expected this maybe to be like because I did not know a lot about this going in. I did not know that there was an Indiegogo on this thing, or I would have 100% supported this film. We get some YouTubers show up in here, like James and Janice from Dead Meat. We get a couple others too. We get one from the Friday the 13th YouTube channel. Drum Dums is in this, so that it's really cool. And I think this is what you do. This is what you utilize, and this is what's so smart about this film. It has taken the love of the Friday the 13th franchise. It has brought the actors into the film. It's aware enough to realize how important this is right here when it comes to getting across your film and your message. We're the freaks that watch that stuff, and the fact that they're utilized in this movie, and bravo! I mean, seriously, chef's kiss for that, because it's freaking fantastic that they do that, and they realize how integral that can be. So many films, video game company stuff, kind of gloss over the whole YouTube aspect of things. And honestly, whenever I want to get a movie review, or I want to get a game review or anything like that, this is where I go. Like, I'm not just on here; I'm a viewer as well. And Deborah Voorhees knew to work that into the film. The mystery, by the way, is really good, and I'm not gonna lie, I guessed wrong on who the killer was gonna be. They swerved me down a road, and I went down that road, and I was wrong. And I don't mind admitting it, because you know what? This was one hell of a ride. I enjoyed this movie. I will watch this movie again several times, because when I like a movie, I watch it over and over and over again. And this is hitting that sweet spot of what I wanted from a post Friday the 13th era film. This gives you some cool kills. It plays around with different formats. It even has a little tiny bit of like found footage, not too much, but enough. And the thing is, this is what's really cool and really killer in this film, is that everything that is utilized in this film is utilized correctly and utilized well. When they do use a little tiny bit of found footage in the film, at first I thought it was going to come off like a little cheesier, but as we get a little bit more into it, it's a Larry Park Lincoln scene. Larry Park Lincoln's in this movie. It's done well, and it ups the creep factor for that portion of the film. The red herrings are galore in this movie, and it's not one of those where you go, okay, it's this person and that's it. But it's done so well. So we've got a slasher film that's a mystery that really respects the fans. So if you are a Friday the 13th fan, if you are a slasher movie fan, then you need this in your collection, right next to your Friday 13th. I'm a huge Friday 13th fan. This is my kids know I'm a huge Friday 13th fan. This is the NECA Friday 13th, the video game replica mask. I have the Shout Factory edition of the Friday 13th movie series. But that being said, I still kept my limited edition, like mini hockey mask edition that I got as well. I could not be more excited about getting a film in a long, long time. So, Deborah Voorhees, you are an incredible filmmaker, and you should be so, so proud of yourself. Everybody in this film should be proud of themselves because there wasn't a bad performance in this movie. I really enjoyed it. Haley Greenbauer, I'm going to be looking for more stuff from her. She is talented and beautiful and just an incredible actress who kicks butt. And I like it. She makes a good final girl, and I want to see her be a final girl. I want to see her do much more. I want to see a lot more from this, and I want to see more from Deborah Voorhees as well, because Deborah Voorhees did an amazing job directing this film, writing this film. I can honestly say I thought when I came on to make, when I was going to come on to do this, that I was going to like it a bit and be polite and say, okay, this was pretty good. It was a good effort. Like, because sometimes, I'll like a film and I'll be like, okay, I'm not quite sure, but I freaking love this film. I thought that this film was awesome. This was one hell of a good time, and I would 100% recommend 13 Fanboy. If you haven't checked it out, please do so. It is a really, really banger of a film that I wish I'd known about before, because I wish that my names would have been on that credit at the end of the film. But the best I can do right now is give a review and say, I kind of blew me away. I really like this, and I hope to see more from Deborah Voorhees. I hope to see more. Just the quality of this is incredible. I did not expect it to be this good. So yeah, there you go. 13 Fanboy. Please check it out, because if you're a fan of Friday the 13th, if you're a fan of slasher films, or if you're just a fan of just well-made films, especially on a lower budget, I'll tell you what, right now. And you know what? Even on a lower budget, they do a good job. They do a really good job of this. I did not expect the fight scenes to be as good as they are in this film, but I shouldn't have doubted it, because the stunt people that they got on there are incredible. So thank you. This is an amazing film. It came out from Mill Creek Entertainment. Mill Creek with Desktop Entertainment put this out, and I recommend that you pick it up, because if you're a horror fan and you don't have this in your collection, you're missing out. It is a blank piece in your collection that you're missing. So it's a for me, for not just for a slasher film or for Friday 13th film, but just for a really good film. It is Cult Cinema approved 100%. I really enjoyed it. 13 Fanboy, check it out. It's really good. I know I hyped it, but it deserved it. Thanks for watching. I'm Aaron. This has been the Call to Cinema, and this has been one of the reviews I've been most excited to do in a long, long time. And just shout out to the entire cast. The killer was incredible in this one. Everybody did great, and in front of and behind the scenes, it was awesome. Thank you so much, and have a great night. Remember, there's always another movie, but there's only one of you. So be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I'll see you soon here in the Call to Cinema.